signs here, things that are positive that we can look for as these storms continue to try to produce tornadoes. We've got a pretty concerning one working right up towards Shreveport. This storm's moving almost due north. So Shreveport, I would definitely be watching out for this one. It's not rotating a lot just yet, but it's got that look like these other ones to your west did before they produced tornadoes. So that's what we're looking at now. So the storm has moved past Marshall, Texas. We've got a new tornado warning for Jefferson, Smithland, and Lodi, Texas now. I haven't seen any reports from Marshall saying that there was a tornado down. So maybe, hopefully this one isn't. But it's something that we should definitely continue watching. That's one of the craziest radar loops. You can see the exact spot where these storms are getting smeared off by that just insanely strong wind layer just above the surface and in the upper layer. Look at that. That's crazy. Fascinating. This is the most concerning rotation signature on the map right now, though. The one that just went past Marshall and now it's working up towards Jefferson. Well, again, there was one that was near Jefferson earlier that produced a debris signature. That one has kind of faded out a little bit. But this one is new, and Jefferson also needs to be watching out for that one. All of East Texas really needs to be hyper aware right now. Okay, let's use the Radar Omega app here. And by the way, if you guys have the Radar Omega app, there's 3 storm chasers right here along this storm. So you can literally see it from every angle. You can click on Brett Adair's feed. And he's heading, I believe he's going east now. You can look at Brad. Sorry, I know that was probably really loud. And you can just click on these guys and keep up with the storm as they move off to the east. The storm that is approaching Dallas still looks very, very strong. There's a big gust front in front of it. You see this? You see this? How you can kind of see something trying to pop up out in front of the line here. That's where some of the stronger winds are actually happening, way out in front of the storm. That's interesting to see. I'd switch to velocity here. Yeah, very strong winds way out in front of the actual precipitation. So as this moves into Fort Worth and Dallas and Denton, which just got a new severe thunderstorm warning, it's going to, you're going to get the big gust of wind first. Skies are going to get real dark. You'll see the lightning, and then it'll start raining and hailing. Oh my God, why didn't nobody tell me about this? There's a daggone camera in Marshall that we could have been looking at. Come on, chat. Where you at? I think that was the smokehouse that I called out too. What was that? Bear Creek Smokehouse. Can't find that. I found their website, but it just wants me to buy meat. But honestly, I'm interested. I'm going to bookmark it. I'll come back. But I'm more interested in the camera.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Okay, so we got a new tornado warning for Choctaw County, Oklahoma. Choctaw County, Oklahoma. That'll include, I believe, Hugo. Yeah. So this one's rotating, very, like it's got a huge rotation signature on it, and it's going to continue to move east towards Valiant. But I still think the biggest problem with this one's going to be the large 2-inch in diameter hail. Time to start updating y'all's insurance policies and lowering those deductibles. Crazy weather season here. Yeah. Chris, thanks for becoming a moderate risker. Ryan, back at it again. Thanks for taking care of y'all. Tracy, thanks so much for being a member for 14 months. 71 mile per hour wind gust on the severe just west of Dallas, Fort Worth. Ryan and crew, virtual Railfan has cameras in Fort Worth and Big Sandy. Can we get, well, we're all good on chasers right now, aren't we? Where? Which one? Where is he? Oh, Brandon Clements in Marshall, Texas. Okay, so here we go. We've got a storm chaser on the storm that is producing the big rotation signature there. And I definitely saw a lowering, that we definitely saw something there. I don't know if that was a nadir or not. So, okay, that's great though. We've got Brandon Clement on the board here. And if he's following this storm near Marshall, Texas, that might be trying to produce or just did produce a tornado as it moves up towards Jefferson. So we're going to keep him. Actually, let's probably put him in the number 1 spot. Can we do that? Okay, yeah. Sarah Z says, "Hey Ryan, I'm watching you from Rhode Island. Thank you and the team for all you do to keep us safe. I hope you never have to do a live about my area, but I'll know I'll be watching from my bathtub if you do." Thank you, Sarah. Thank you very much. Guys, if you're just now tuning in, we've had a couple of tornadoes out here in East Texas, and we're tracking all these storms that have been causing them. It's hard to track these with radar because some of the ones that look like, okay, that one's going to produce a tornado, they don't. And then some of the ones that look like they're nothing are then producing tornadoes. So we're getting a lot of help today from our storm chasers who are on the ground and giving us live video of the tornadoes as they happen. Brad Arnold has been the MVP today, coming up a hair, literally a hair's distance away from these things and allowing us to see the exact streets that they're on as they move on. Thankfully, I don't think any major residential areas have been hit. I haven't heard any major damage reports just yet, but there was definitely a strong tornado on the ground with one of these storms earlier, and they continue to look like that they could make that happen again. So I'm watching this storm up down here south and east of Atlanta, Texas, and to the west of Rodessa, Louisiana. That one is looking a little gnarly to me. That's going to move up into Arkansas. And then the one just to the south of Shreveport continues to look like it's trying to rotate more and more. One thing that I'm noticing, though, is if I put this into motion, let me pull the radar full here. If I pull this into motion, I mean, these storms are trying to kind of explode, right? But they're exploding into a river of just incredibly fast winds that's kind of tearing the storm apart and sending the majority of it off to the east. You guys see that? That's helping the storm spin to some extent, but it's also lowering their ability to become really established, in my opinion. So hopefully that keeps these storms at bay. But man, this one coming up towards Jefferson still looks pretty concerning to me. I hope everybody in Jefferson to Texas is in their safe spot right now.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah, go ahead, Riley.
Just going to let you know that they just issued a PDS thunderstorm warning for Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. So the main show is getting ready to happen here in Fort Worth, Texas, guys. They just issued a destructive destructive severe thunderstorm warning for Fort Worth. This includes Kendall, Mansfield, North Richland Hills, Lakeside, and Keller. The destructive severe thunderstorm warning is for 80-mile-per-hour winds, which is a lot of times what a smaller tornado is. So we basically got tornado force winds in a very large area getting ready to hit a large metropolitan area. So hopefully everybody out here is prepared for this. It's going to come through quick. It's going to ride the I-20 corridor into the western side of town, swipe through Interstate 35, probably producing damage. In fact, I've got reports now that we're seeing power flashes in Weatherford right now as this is crashing through into Fort Worth and Dallas. So, I mean, you guys have hopefully you've known this one's been coming for a while. We've been talking about this, but if you're just now hearing about it, you've got about 30 minutes, maybe. Who does? Okay, go ahead, Andy.
Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, I wanted to tell everyone in chat who may be watching in this area, because I know we have a lot here. They will probably sound the tornado sirens for this destructive severe, as they do with the upper level tiers of severe thunderstorm warnings. But the tornado threat in this line is going to be rather muted in comparison to, the consistent damaging winds that it will bring, and possibly wind-driven hail as well as it moves into the metro. So that will be true for both Fort Worth and eventually Dallas if this line maintains its strength, which it probably will. So if you are in Fort Worth area, you'll probably be hearing those tornado sirens pretty soon if you can hear them from inside. They're meant to be heard when you're outside, so don't rely on hearing them to let you know what's going on. When you're inside, you need multiple ways to receive warnings and updates, of course. But I just wanted to give a heads up that you'll probably hear those sirens going off. That's a good thing. That's what we want. People outside to take shelter in a dangerous or a particularly dangerous situation, severe thunderstorm warning. So that's what I wanted to say about that.
Where they are, but I want to have a window that I can pull browser for the Fort Worth camera.
Hey, Ryan, we have Brian Allen intercepting the gust front right now with his anemometer on. He says the winds right now are 63.5 miles an hour.
Wow. Repeat that. 60 what?
63.5 is the gust he just got.
Okay. All right. So, guys, Brian Allen, one of our storm chasers here. Let me show you the multi-view. Is recording 63-mile-per-hour winds out ahead of this storm that is moving very rapidly towards Dallas and Fort Worth and Denton. Yeah, so Brian is just to the north of Fort Worth as that moves in. All right, I'm going to try to give us a ground view of Fort Worth. Where do I go to log in there, Carly? Okay. All right. Yeah, it is. It's around rush hour traffic here in the DFW as well. Not going to be a good situation if this thing maintains strength. And guys, our good friends at Virtual Railfan, awesome YouTube channel. You guys should subscribe to them. There's a link in the description. They're allowing us to look at their cameras. So Virtual Railfan has a ton of cameras all around the United States that kind of like watch trains, but they also have the sky in them. So like we're able to utilize that to help us figure out what's going on with these storms.
A new tornado warning.
So
has been
huge
issued.
shout out to Virtual Railfan. You guys should subscribe to them. Where do I go, Carly? Watch trains now. Oh, okay. All right, give me just a second, guys. I just want to make sure we have a camera here. Fort Worth. All right. Okay, we got it. We're in. So we'll be able to keep up with this as the storm moves in, and I believe it's ETZ operated too. So if it needs to be moved, it will. Okay. I'm gonna keep it down here for now. All right. So if you're just now tuning in, we've got a a destructive, severe thunderstorm moving into Fort Worth. It just went through Weatherford, and we've got a storm chaser on the ground out here who is telling us that they've already recorded a 65-mile-an-hour wind gust before the storm even got there. This is along the gust front. You guys are going to feel this, if you haven't already felt it, very soon. That is, it's getting ready to come through Fort Worth, and it's probably going to cause damage and power outages on its way through. Okay,
A new
we're getting
tornado watch has been issued.
all kinds of reports of very strong, damaging winds coming in from the Weatherford area, including power flashes. 18-wheelers are down, are flipped over, all up and down Interstate 20 here. And this is exactly what's coming into Fort Worth right now. And Brian Allen is out in front of this thing, so we should be able to see the shelf as it gets closer. Keep forgetting I need to view Twitter through Edge. Wow. Yeah, that's going to be a really ominous view when this starts coming through, guys. A shelf cloud. If some of the pictures that I'm seeing of it, if that's what it looks like as it comes through Dallas, that's going to be quite the sight.
A new tornado watch has been issued.
Oh, wow. Brian Empfinger also caught that tornado today south of Linden, Texas. And I'm retweeting that video. He got drone video of it. If you guys want to see that, at Brian Empfinger on Twitter, or just go to mine and look at my retweets. There is there is a lot of people talking about sirens going off in the DFW area. Andy just came on here and he explained it very well. Okay, this is what's getting ready to happen. Is we've got a destructive severe thunderstorm coming in with potentially up to 80-mile-per-hour winds. That is warranted to sound the tornado sirens. Okay, so there's not a tornado warning, but it's just as bad. Okay, so take shelter just as if there was a tornado warning. If you're in the Fort Worth area, the Dallas proper is not necessarily under the warning yet, but this storm will eventually make it to you. And also, we do have that new tornado watch. New tornado watch here for Arkansas and northern portions of Louisiana until midnight tonight. A few tornadoes likely. Scattered hail up to tennis ball size likely. And then widespread gusts up to 80 miles per hour likely. New tornado watch here for this more eastern area. This includes 1.1 million people. If you know anybody out there, please let them know what's up.
Hey Ryan, if you look up feed number 1, Brandon Clement has damage.
Okay. Brandon Clement, storm chaser from Live Storms Media in Jefferson, Texas, does have damage here. And I don't know if he's in the path of the tornado that produced that debris signature from earlier, or if this is from the more recent storm or not, but definitely just further confirmation that we've got these tornadic storms trying to cause problems out here tonight in eastern Texas. And by the way, I'm going back and I'm looking at the radar over here, and I think that these storms are getting just absolutely torn apart by the winds aloft. I look at all the energy that was put into these storms and then immediately swiped away. I think that might keep us from having a big tornado outbreak out here. I really do. But the fact of the matter is the storms that are still here, and any new storm that decides to pop up is going to be rotating, just like we saw earlier. And we have to be hyper vigilant, and we have to watch these as they move up towards Texarkana, Hope, Camden, and El Dorado. We can't let our guards down. All right, this is going to continue to be a big problem tonight, as that warm sector still exists. The favorability for the conditions to be there for tornadoes still exist. Any new storm that pops up is going to be a new problem that we have to deal with. For now, though, we are kind of focused on the Dallas Fort Worth area. By the way, Denton, Texas, it's right on your door. You're probably getting 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts right now, intermittently at least. And the rain and the hail is going to start right here in a little bit. Tracy Lee, thank you for the very generous super chat. Take care, y'all, in the danger zone. Thanks to Ryan for his weather know-how and commitment to keep us updated, along with the amazing storm chasers watching from Connecticut. Thank you so much, Tracy Lee. Kevin's been a member for 23 months. Thank you, Ryan, and to your team for keeping us safe. Janet gifted 5 memberships. Very generous of you. Thank you, Thomas. Rilquin, Nicole. And Taryn says, I'm in Fort Worth right now. I just got home and the tornado alarms went off and the wind is rough. Grandma loves you, says, keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Grandma. Yeah, the sirens are going to be going off in Fort Worth, guys. They're sounding the sirens because this is a destructive, severe thunderstorm. All right, this is not your regular, everyday, average thunderstorm here. Let me... Okay, this is a view of the storm as it comes into Fort Worth from Brian Allen. Got to refresh my place files. WS3, there we go. Brian, what's it looking like out there, buddy?
A new tornado warning has been
Hey Ryan,
issued.
it is getting real windy. It's bearing down on us right now. I had a 52-mile-an-hour gust on the anemometer. They got reports of 80, so we'll see what we get here. But we moved away from the power lines because I'm not sure if I trust them or not.
Okay, so guys, we have a new confirmed tornado warning.
I'm getting absolutely rocked right now.
Somewhere over here near Shreveport, Louisiana is in this warning. I don't know if we can see it through radar or not, but let me read the text here. Tornado warning for Webster Parish, Caddo Parish, and Bossier Parish in northwestern Louisiana. At 5:49 p.m. Central, a confirmed tornado was located over Foster's or over Bossier City, moving north at 30 miles per hour. Weather spotters confirmed a tornado at 5:40 p.m. Central. The tornado was spotted southeast of Shreveport. Who are these weather spotters? And do we have visual on this thing? Because this is in a pretty populated area here. So once again, Shreveport, Louisiana, y'all, is under a tornado warning right now, a confirmed tornado warning. And apparently we've got a tornado on the ground somewhere around Bossier City. I hope I'm saying that right. Bossier City. Okay, sorry. Bossier City in the Shreveport area. The radar, I mean, you really can't tell nothing about it, man. But you know, this is where we say respect the polygon. Everybody in this purple box here needs to be in their safe spots. Houghton, Shreveport, Bossier City, and Cotton Valley in Caddo, Webster, and Bossier Parish in Louisiana. Take shelter immediately. Yeah, it's confirmed. 210,000 people are in that warning, by the way. Yeah, I can't see much of anything. Okay, this is looking pretty concerning too. Bryce Shelton, is he with us? Is he on the screen? Can you see his video? Is there anything on it? Okay, can you pull him up? Probably, I don't know. Right. Why don't you just send me his RTMP link? Bryce, are you seeing anything out there, buddy? The radar looks really convincing. All right, by the way, so we've got Brian Allen in this storm that is getting ready to go
Nothing at the
through.
moment. Trying to get out of these trees.
We've got Brian Allen that's in this storm that's going through Fort Worth. And we've got a couple storm chasers who are chasing storms farther to the east that are producing tornadoes. I'm sorry, guys, but we have to be all over the place. So many things are happening. Riley, go ahead.
Okay, so he's currently yelling wind speeds in my ear, but I've heard 76, 72. He just had a power flash, 2 power poles down. The power is currently out. 78, 79.
Oh my God.
So there's a lot of wind here. He confirmed power flashes. Unfortunately, his feed went out during the 81. His feed went out during the power flashes, but This is a serious thunderstorm, and he's hoping he can keep up with it to keep covering it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Riley, who is in contact with our storm chasers here. Brian Allen is taking the brunt of the severe thunderstorm moving into Fort Worth right now. His current location is somewhere between Sansom Park and Hazlet on the northern side of Fort Worth. And he's reporting maybe over hurricane force winds moving into the
A
Fort
new
Worth
tornado
area right
warning
now.
has been issued.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so this is coming into Fort Worth. Remember, Fort Worth has a destructive severe thunderstorm warning right now. And that is for 80-mile-per-hour winds. Guys, that causes major damage. Some tornadoes have 80-mile-per-hour winds. All right? So this is getting ready to cross over I-35 as well. So this is just going to cause a huge mess out here. We've got a storm chaser on the ground confirming these wind speeds as it moves into the DFW area. We're going to see power outages for sure. And we do have a storm chaser now on the storm that looks to me like it's producing a tornado, or it was there for a second near Atlanta, Texas. And we just got a new warning on that as well. So, dang. So things are getting nuts out here once again. We still got that confirmed tornado warning down here near Shreveport. I don't know what's going on there. I don't see it on radar, but we're just going to take those storm spotters' words for it and get in our safe spot in Red Chute, Princeton, Couchwood, and Cotton Valley in Louisiana. Okay, Denton, Texas just went destructive. Okay, so we've got a new, oh my goodness, we got a new destructive severe thunderstorm warning now that includes Denton, Texas, Louisville, Double Oak, and Corinth. So this will make the tornado sirens go off again. All right. The tornado sirens are going to go off in Denton. They're going to go off probably into Hebron and Carrollton and Richardson as well. Maybe even as far over as into Plano, Texas, and Frisco and Prosper. This is a destructive severe thunderstorm warning for 80-mile-per-hour winds as this comes into Denton. Riley, who's this from? Is this Brian?
Yes, this is Brian Allen, and that's the power flash.
This is just moments ago as the storm enters Fort Worth.
The power flash is the very beginning of
Oh,
the video.
okay. Wow. Dang. As you can see, an incredibly dangerous situation unfolding here for the DFW area as hurricane force winds are moving into the area right now. And guys, as always, if you want to send stuff to me at Ryan Hall, y'all on Twitter, make sure you tag your local National Weather Service, but please don't do so unless you can do so safely. Okay. If you want to send damage reports and pictures after the storm, that's just as fine as sending the stuff while the storm is going on. Okay. We don't want to put anybody in danger here. Trying to get footage of strong winds. We've got plenty of ways to get that. And honestly, there's only so much you can show with high winds. We just got to hope that people take this one seriously and they take shelter. But I do see y'all helping me out on Twitter. I really do appreciate all of the the support. I'm trying to see if this rail fan camera, we're zoomed in on a train right now, and that's fine because that's what it's for, right? But you can see the trees are starting to sway a little bit more. We're definitely getting some stronger wind gusts here in Fort Worth, wherever this is. But this is, I don't think that this is underneath the storm yet, if you know what I mean. It looks like there's 15,000 people without power in Parker County right now. Wise County's got 3,000 people. Tarrant and Dallas counties only have about 2,000 people without power combined right now. I think that number is going to increase exponentially. Yeah, so Denton, Louisville, Fort Worth, Lake Worth, Benbrook, Arlington, Texas, Mansfield, all these places are under a destructive severe thunderstorm warning, and the tornado sirens will be going off because of that. Oh, and here is some of the first damage pictures I've seen from Picton, Texas. This is the little town that Brad Arnold was near when that tornado came down without warning, and just kind of went through this area here. Does look like there was some damage to homes and trees. Pirate Titan, thank you so much for sending that in. If you're just now tuning in, we're watching a destructive severe thunderstorm move into Dallas and Fort Worth, Texas, with 80-mile-per-hour winds. At the same time, we've got storms producing tornadoes over here to the east, around the Texarkana and Shreveport, Louisiana area. All right, this storm up here where Bryce Shelton is, I mean, it looks like it's trying really hard to produce a tornado.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
And we've got another confirmed tornado warning in Bossier Parish, Louisiana. So we've got a confirmed tornado down here near Shreveport. That was confirmed by weather spotters. So, like, we can't see it on radar. We just have to take their word for it and get to shelter all the way up to Cotton Valley and Red Chute. We think that there's a tornado happening or about to happen here near Folk and Texarkana as well. And then we also have a big tornado warning up here in Oklahoma that's going to go all the way over towards areas just north of Broken Bow over the next 25 minutes or so. There's just so much going on. And Carly, if you see anything pop up on Bryce's feed, just holler at me because I've got a feeling he's going to cut the corner here and there's going to be a tornado right in front of him. Okay. Currently have 3 tornado warnings. They're all to the east of Dallas, but Fort Worth, Denton, all these places here are currently getting hit by a destructive severe thunderstorm. It's not in Dallas yet. It's still several minutes away from Dallas. But as it approaches Dallas, things are going to get a little feisty out here for sure. Got tornado sirens going off in Tarrant. Remember, pictures and videos at Ryan Hall, y'all. We got more storm pictures in the middle of Picton, Texas. Not my images, shared with permission from Nathan Bailey. Yeah, Picton. This is that. This is where the tornado first formed that Brad Arnold caught. Are we up to date now, Carly, with Bryce's feed on my end? Okay. Really? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take this over here and just show you some of the reports that are coming in because they are substantial. This is a very damaging wind event that's happening here. We got a 70 mile per hour wind gust in Fort Worth. We got a 70 mile an hour wind gust also on the top on the northern side of the city. It's measured at the National Weather Service office in Fort Worth. So this is probably causing pretty significant damage
PDS
right now.
thunderstorm warning for Dallas.
Okay, and we've got the new PDS warning, and this now includes Dallas. We have a destructive severe thunderstorm warning for Dallas, guys. Here's a look at that that imagery. Winds up to 80 miles per hour, small hail. Guys, 3.8 million people are in this warning. And here's why it's important, I think, that we communicate this message in a way that's more than just, oh, there's a severe thunderstorm warning. Because this tag right here, a lot of people don't pay attention to this. This is a life-threatening situation. Seek shelter now. A lot of times when you get a tornado warning, people at least pay attention. Severe thunderstorm warnings, a lot of people write off as something that's whatever. This is different. A destructive severe thunderstorm warning means that this is a life-threatening situation, and we need to treat it as if it's a tornado warning. I want you to get to your tornado shelter right now if you're in Dallas, Texas. Okay? Please get to shelter as if you are under a tornado warning. If you are in Dallas, McKinney, Allen, Frisco, Hutchins, Duncanville, or Farmersville, any of these places in the Texas that are under this warning, treat this as if it is a tornado coming for you, because it essentially is. All right. In fact, this could be worse than a tornado. A lot of times tornadoes affect small areas, right? There's just like one row of houses that get hit. Well, this is, 50 miles long, 60, 70, 80 mile per hour winds, and going to cause a much more widespread area of damage. So please don't write this off as just another severe thunderstorm warning. This is a very significant line of storms getting ready to come through the Dallas area.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
Bryce Shelton has a blocked road on his feed.
Okay, it looks like Storm Chaser Bryce Shelton has come across some tornado, maybe some tornado damage, certainly some wind damage here, as in Miller, I believe he's in Miller County, Arkansas. Yeah, he's just south of Texarkana. And I believe that was probably caused by a tornado, that thing that we've been watching for a while on radar over here. By the way, guys, we still got a tornado warning for Rocky Mount, Ivan, and Cotton Valley in Louisiana. We still got a tornado warning for Texarkana and Mayton and Dooley over here in Arkansas. And we still have a tornado warning for Mount Herman in Oklahoma. Y'all need to be in your safe spots, okay? Katie Pausch. Katie says, I have been texting everyone I know in the DFW and surrounding areas. That is great. Please continue to do that. I don't think, once again, I know people, they take the tornado warning seriously, and I'm very glad that they are sounding the tornado sirens right now in Dallas, because it's important that everybody knows that this destructive severe thunderstorm warning is this pretty much the same thing as a tornado warning. And we need to all get to our safe spots. In fact, radar, and this is just blowing my mind